Good morning, dear students. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Here I'm going to teach you second PUC Board Examination 2026 Mathematics Necessary Questions. I would like to start with the Model Question Paper 3rd sent by the PU Board. Here you can see a question on the board written already, one MCQ. A function f from R to R defined by f of x is equal to 2x plus 6 is a bijective mapping. Mapping means a function. Then f inverse x. This is f inverse x notation, not f dash, f inverse. This power you can see minus 1 is given by, and there are four options: x by 2 minus 3 first option, second option 2x plus 6, third option x minus 3, fourth option 6x plus 2. I would like to show you the working out of this question. Let us start from f inverse x. Let this f inverse x be equal to y. We shall take small letter y. Next, transpose f inverse to the right side. It becomes x is equal to f of y. F of x given to be 2x plus 6. So I write here in the rough work side, f of x is 2x plus 6. Therefore, f of y, see, replace x by y. Right hand side also replace x by y. So we get 2y plus 6. That we substitute over here, 2y plus 6. Now our aim is to find f inverse x, which is y. That is, our aim is to find this y. Therefore, I should separate y from this equation. So I transpose 6 this side. It becomes x minus 6 is equal to 2y. And I transpose 2 here down. X minus 6 by 2 is y. So let us simplify this option and check. Therefore, this y I write here, and this I would like to split. X by 2, x by 2 minus 6 by 2. And this is same as x by 2 minus 6 by 2 is 3, which is found here in option A. Therefore, this question, option A is correct. So I would request you kindly go through this answer. But when you answer MCQ questions in the exam, you have to mention only the option. You need not show this working out part, which you can try in rough work side. But now I request you kindly go through the working out part. Dear students, here we have our second question written on the board. MCQ second from Model Question Paper 3. You can go through the question. The principal value branch of secant inverse x is, secant inverse x is an inverse trigonometric function. Principal value branch means they have asked range of secant inverse x and not the domain. Range of secant inverse x is not first option because it should come like closed interval 0, pi. Range of secant inverse x and range of cos inverse x both same in fact, but except for one element. In secant inverse x, one element less compared to the range of cos inverse x. Therefore, range of cos inverse x is closed interval 0 comma pi. Therefore, range of secant inverse x is closed interval 0 comma pi minus set containing one element pi by 2. This we have to delete from this set. Therefore, it is written minus, means this element does not belong to this set. So, therefore, it is option D correct. Wait, explanation not over. Here you may say, why not option B? Because option B, open interval 0 comma pi. You know the meaning of open interval. First real number and the final real number are not included. Whereas this is closed interval 0 comma pi. This includes the first real number and the last real number pi. Therefore, this option is not correct because 0 and pi are not included. Here they are included. And you may think of option C. Option C is not correct because this is the principal value branch of cosecant inverse x, not sec inverse x. Also, I have written third MCQ from the same model question paper. You can go through. If a matrix has 13 elements, then total number of possible different order matrices. You can see this 13 is a prime number and the divisors of 13, positive divisors of 13 are only 1 and 13 itself. Therefore, the possible matrices, or in other words, the possible different order matrices number is 2. 2 matrices possible, that is option B. Reason is the orders can be, let me write here, orders can be 1 cross 13 or 13 cross 1. That is, this is one order, this is second order. Therefore, 1 plus 1, 2 matrices possible. Therefore, option B is correct. No other integer, positive integer divides 30. Therefore, no other order is possible. I would request you kindly go through both the answers. Let's begin the fourth question. If determinant 3x, x1 is equal to determinant 3, 2, 4, 1, then x is equal to first option 2, second option 4, third option 8, fourth option plus or minus 2 root 2. Let us solve the sum. Here determinant 3x, x1 is equal to determinant 3, 2, 4, 1. We expand the determinant by multiplying these two elements, 3 into 1, 3, minus by multiplying these two, x into x, x square is equal to, here we multiply 3 into 1, 3, minus we multiply 4 into 2, 8. Hence 3 gets cancelled on both sides. We get minus x square is equal to minus 8. Therefore, multiply both sides by minus 1. We get x square is equal to plus 8. Therefore, while finding x, you have to write plus or minus square root of 8. And 8 can be written inside square root 4 into 2. Therefore, answer is plus or minus 2 root 2. That is found in option D. I would request you kindly go through the solution. Students, kindly go through question 5. The derivative of f of x is equal to mod of x minus 3 at x equal to 3 is, your options are, first option is 0, second option 1, third option minus 1, fourth option not existing, means does not exist. This is a modulus function. Therefore, f of x in general In general, f of x is equal to mod of x minus a, where a is any real number, is not differentiable, at x is equal to a, at x equal to a. In fact, at x equal to a, this function has, the graph has a sharp edge at x equal to a. This is our coordinate system. In this, at x equal to a, there is a V-shaped graph, and at x equal to a, there is a sharp edge. Hence, we say that at x equal to a, it is not differentiable. Therefore, the graph of our function given, f of x is equal to mod of x minus 3. If I could draw the graph, I should draw the sharp edge at x equal to 3, and the coefficient of mod function is positive over here. Therefore, it is V-shaped facing upwards in the Cartesian coordinate system. Therefore, at x equal to 3, there is a sharp edge. Hence, it is not differentiable. Therefore, f of x is equal to mod of x minus 3 is not differentiable, at x is equal to 3. Therefore, the question is, at x equal to 3, the derivative not existing. Hence, option D is correct. Option D is correct. Here is the sixth question. If y is equal to sine inverse x plus sine inverse square root of 1 minus x square, comma 0 less than x less than 1, then dy by dx is equal to, first option A, 1 over root of 1 minus x square, second option B, minus 1, third option C, 0, fourth option D, 2 by root 1 minus x square. If you want the answer to be just in 3 seconds, then this y equal to sine inverse x and plus sine inverse root 1 minus x square is cos inverse x. Hence, sine inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. It's an identity from inverse trigonometric functions. Therefore, y equal to pi by 2. Therefore, dy by dx is 0. That is, option C is correct. But I would like to explain it a little bit in detail. Therefore, y is equal to, we have sine inverse x plus sine inverse root of 1 minus x square. I write here in the rough work side, we put x is equal to sine theta. Then this becomes y is equal to sine inverse of sine theta, whereas this plus sine inverse of, this is root of 1 minus sine square theta. And you know, now I do a few steps in mind. Over 1 minus sine square theta is cos square theta. Square root of cos square theta is cos theta. Therefore, this becomes y is equal to, meantime, sine inverse of sine theta is theta, plus this becomes sine inverse of cos theta. Now, using allied angle formula, cos theta can be, this cos theta can be written as sine of pi by 2 minus theta. Pi by 2 minus theta. So, therefore, sine of pi by 2 minus theta is cos theta allied angle formula. Hence, y is equal to theta plus, now sine inverse of sine of pi by 2 minus theta is pi by 2 minus theta. Therefore, plus theta minus theta get cancelled. y is equal to a constant, we get pi by 2. Hence, if I differentiate this with respect to x, dy by dx is equal to 0. So this is the correct explanation. Kindly go through the explanation. Dear students, we have the 7th question. The minimum value of mod x in R. This way, if I write R, it means the set of real numbers is dash. Option A 0, option B 1, option C 2, option D does not exist. Again, see the function. Function is mod x. This function has graph of this kind, V shape at x equal to 0, origin. In the Cartesian coordinate system, at x equal to 0, it has V shape. And the minimum value of this function, mod x, exists at x equal to 0. And when you put x 0, you get mod 0, which is 0. Therefore, minimum value of mod x function, you could see in the graph, also it is 0. Therefore, option A is correct. Now you may think, why minimum value 0? Because the graph, remaining part of the graph is above the origin. You can see the other values of y. They are all greater than 0. Except at x equal to 0, rest all values are greater than 0. Therefore, minimum value is 0. Kindly go through the solution. Here is the 8th question. The rate of change of the area of a circle with respect to its radius r when r equal to 4 centimeters is dash pi centimeter square per centimeter. You know, area of circle comes always in terms of pi. That pi they have already written in answer, but the number beside it we should choose from the 4 options. First thing. Second thing is, it is a question from application of derivatives chapter, because it says about rate of change. Third part is, it is differentiate the area of circle with respect to its radius r, not with respect to x. These are the 3 things important. I begin the answer by writing area of circle capital A is equal to pi into r square, radius square. Now we differentiate both sides with respect to r, both sides. So left hand side is dA by dr, right hand side is pi is a constant, separate, into d by dr of r square. Therefore, this is pi into d by dr of r square. You can see this variable r and this variable are same. Therefore, such a differentiation is called explicit differentiation, not implicit. And it is just like d by dx of x square. We say 2x. Therefore, d by dr of r square, we say 2r. Therefore, now in this, put r is equal to given radius, this 4 centimeter. Therefore, dA by dr is pi into 2 into r is 4. Hence, it is answer 2 into 4, 8 pi. This is the answer. Whereas pi, they have already written in the option, fill in the blank, We have to fill in only number 8. So therefore number 8 you could see in option C. Therefore this question, option C is correct. This is the 9th question on the board. Very interesting topic today. It is integral of 1 minus x by square root of x dx. So thus we reached to the MCQs of integration. And first option A, 2 root x plus 3 by 2 x power 3 by 2 plus c. B, option 2 root x minus 2 by 3 x power 3 by 2 plus c. Option C, 2 root x plus 2 by 3 x power 3 by 2 plus c. Option D, 2 root x minus 3 by 2 x power 3 by 2 plus c. This is a question from direct integrals, direct integration. Here, first of all, we have to split the integral. So I call it I. Whenever I write letter capital I in integration, means I am referring to the given integral I, and I split and write this integral of open bracket 1 by square root of x minus x by square root of x close bracket dx. We can split this integral into two integrals. First one, integral of 1 by root x dx. Second, minus integral of x upon root x dx. So integral of 1 by root x dx minus integral of x by root x dx. I would request you commit to memory this first integral as a formula. There are integration formulae. If you want, I'll make a separate video on formulae. In that, the integral of 1 by root x dx, students are expected to memorize, and it comes out to be 2 root x. Before I could write that, let me simplify this first, x by root x. Therefore, I go to rough work side. My one formula is integral 1 by root x dx is 2 root x, and this much 2 root x is present in every option. You can see option A, in option B, in option C, in option D. Therefore, just by getting 1/2 of the answer, we cannot decide the correct option. Now I will tell you the simplification of x by root x. It can be written x power 1 by square root x is x power half. This x power half can be brought up. It is x power 1 into x power. When the power brought up, the power becomes negative, minus half. Therefore, base same x, add the powers, 1 minus half. So it is x power 1 minus half, half only remaining. That I will substitute over here. Therefore, first integral as it is, second integral before integrating minus integral of x power half dx. Now let me integrate both together. This I said already. This is a formula. Integral of 1 by root x is 2 root x minus integral of x power half is x power. All of you know integral of x power n is x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Therefore, integral of x power half is x power half plus 1 in the power denominator by half plus 1. So it is half plus 1 by half plus 1 plus c. And this, if you could simplify, it is 2 root x as it is minus. This we can do in mind, half plus 1, 3 by 2. This denominator also 3 by 2. Therefore, it is x power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2 plus c. And this could be further written, last line, 2 root x. And this divide by 3 by 2 becomes multiplied by 2 by 3. X power 3 by 2 plus c. And this you could find in option B. Hence, option B correct. I request you go through the solution. Here is the 10th question. Again from integration, but it is from definite integrals. Integral from 0 to pi sin square x by 2 minus cos square x by 2 dx. Here is a special instruction for you, dear students. These are MCQs. Therefore, if you are capable of solving these in your mind and could write correct answer, then please go for it. But I am keeping in mind all the type of students, hence I am giving a little bit detailed explanation, a little bit more number of steps which are not necessary. Therefore, when you answer MCQ, you have to be as quick as possible and you should reduce the number of steps. And what I expect from you is the 15 MCQs plus 5 fill in the blanks. Totally 21 mark questions. You should be able to finish in the 20 minutes. So start with this answer now. Here, integration from 0 to pi we have, and this is integrand sin square x by 2 minus cos square x by 2. From this I will take minus common. When I take minus common, cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2 in bracket remaining dx as it is. And this is a sum based on your first PUC trigonometry half angle formulae or submultiple angle formulae. Therefore, you are expected to know this formula from multiple angle. Cos 2x is cos square x minus sin square x. You know the speciality of this formula. See, if it is angle, measure of angle 2x, here cos square of half of this 2x. See, right here, half of 2x. Half of 2x is x. That x is here. And minus sin square x is here. But I have already cos square x by 2. Half I have. Minus sin square x by 2. Therefore, when it comes to this, it will become simply cos x. This is called sub-multiple angle formula. I repeat, cos square x by 2, here angle half, here angle half. Therefore, multiply this measure of angle by 2. 2 into x by 2, you get 1x. Here it was, ulta, in the sense cos 2x was on the left, this was on the right. Here, this kind is on the left and this kind of term is on the right. Anyhow, I am replacing the integrand by minus cos x dx. That is minus as it is. You know integration of cos x sin x between the limits 0 and pi. Hence it is minus sin at the upper limit pi minus sin at the lower limit 0. Therefore, minus of sin pi, sin 180 degrees as well as sin 0. Commit to memory, both 0. Even sin 2 pi 0, sin 360 degrees 0. Therefore, sin pi, sin 0, 0. Hence, this final answer 0. Therefore, to this question, option A is correct. Here's the next question from vectors chapter. Read the question. In vector addition, which of the following is not true? So we are asked to find not true means something which is incorrect. That means out of the 4 options given, A, B, C and D, only one option is not correct. 3 options must be correct. For example, I will take up option A. In option A, say right here, in option A, AB vector plus BC vector plus CA vector can be written as AB vector is OB vector minus OA vector. So here the concept is concept of position vectors. Therefore you have to remember AB vector is equal to OB vector minus OA vector. Similarly, BC vector is equal to OC vector minus OB vector. CA vector is equal to OA vector minus OC vector. When you apply that, in case you get right hand side 0 vector, then it is true. But we need something which is not true. Say I continue. OB vector minus OA vector plus BC vector can be written OC vector minus OB vector. This plus CA vector is OA vector minus OC vector. Hence, everything get cancelled. OB vector minus OB vector minus OA vector plus OA vector plus OC vector minus OC vector, we get 0 vector. In option B, similarly, you check in option B, we have AB vector plus BC vector minus AC vector left hand side. I will tell you here the important thing is minus AC vector is nothing but plus CA vector. Therefore, it is same as option A itself. So, do not change first 2 vectors, AB vector plus BC vector, but minus AC vector I can write plus CA vector. Say, you interchange. Here A is the initial point, C is the terminal point. When there is minus, scalar multiply. But when you interchange, C becomes initial point, A becomes terminal point. So it becomes minus of minus, that becomes plus, which is nothing but option A itself. Hence it is 0 vector. Similarly, I go to that of option straight away D. So that means I didn't explain you C. I will explain, but I go to D first. In this we have AB vector minus CB vector plus CA vector. Even this can be written AB vector as it is and minus CB is plus BC vector plus CA vector. It is once again first option, therefore 0 vector corrected. Therefore options A, B and D are correct, whereas option C is incorrect. Now I tell you why option C incorrect. Because in option C we have AB vector plus BC vector. This minus CA vector can be written as AB vector, OB vector minus OA vector plus BC vector is OC vector minus OB vector minus, then there is a bracket to start with the CA vector, OA vector minus OC vector. Now you open bracket and you cancel the terms. OB vector minus OB vector, this is plus OC and plus OC vector, minus into minus A. Therefore say minus OA vector minus OA vector minus 2 OA vector. Similarly plus OC minus into minus plus OC. So plus 2 times OC vector remaining, which is not equal to 0 vector. Hence this question, option C is incorrect. Here is the next question from vectors. It is assertion and reason. Assertion is a statement A, and they have given the two vectors. A vector is equal to 2i cap minus j cap plus 2k cap. We need not write I cap, j cap, k cap in mathematics. And B vector is equal to minus 6i cap plus 3j cap minus 6k cap are collinear vectors. And the reason is, if two vectors, A vector and B vector are collinear, then A vector is equal to lambda into B vector. That is a scalar multiple of B vector, where lambda belongs to, the symbol we read belongs to R, set of real numbers. Hence, this is in fact the correct definition of collinear vectors. A vector is equal to lambda, B vector is correct. That is, two vectors, A vector and B vector are collinear if A vector can be written as scalar times lambda times B vector. This is a correct definition of collinear vectors. Or we can write B vector is equal to k times A vector. That is also correct definition. Now here, now come back to the assertion. I start from B vector. So here we have B vector is equal to minus 6i plus 3j minus 6k. I can take a scalar common from this so that inside the bracket I get A vector. That is, you may think that we can take 3 common, but if I take 3 common from minus 6 I will get minus 2, not plus 2. Then you may think that I will take not 3 common but minus 3 common. Therefore I will take minus 3 common. It is from minus 6i plus 2i remaining, from plus 3j minus 1j remaining, from minus 6k plus 2k remaining. Therefore it is minus 3 times what vector is written here, that is nothing but A vector. Therefore, we proved that B vector is a scalar times, scalar is minus 3 times A vector. Hence, A vector and B vector are collinear vectors. What they have given, assertion is correct, and what reason they have given is also correct. Hence, option D is correct. That is, A is true, R is true. Here is the next MCQ from 3D geometry lesson. If a line makes pi by 2, 3 pi by 4, pi by 4, 3 angles with x, y, z axis respectively, then its direction cosines are. Direction cosines are L equal to cos alpha. Alpha is pi by 2. M is equal to cos beta. Beta is 3 pi by 4. N equal to cos gamma. Gamma is pi by 4. So I write here, its DCs are. This DCs words we use as short form of direction cosines. DCs are L equal to cos alpha. Alpha is pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 is 0. Therefore, check which option and all has first entry 0. In option A, first entry 0. In option B, first entry 0. In option D, first entry 0. Not in option C. So C is out of the race. I will proceed. Second direction cosine M is cos beta. which is cos of beta is 3 pi by 4, and cos of this is 3 pi by 4 is 135 degrees, and cos of 135 degree we can write 180 degree minus 45 degrees. Therefore, this is allied angle formula. Cos 180 minus 45 is minus cos 45 degrees. Hence, it is minus 1 by square root of 2. Now, check among the options A, B and D, which has second entry minus 1 by root 2. Definitely not option D. D doesn't have second entry minus. Therefore, D option not correct. Either A or B. Therefore, we have to find n equal to cos gamma, that is equal to cos of gamma is pi by 4 and cos pi by 4 is plus 1 by root 2. Now check out of options A and B, which one has last entry plus 1 by root 2? It is option A, not option B. Therefore, B out, A correct, hence option A correct. Here is the next MCQ from probability chapter. Probability of solving a specific problem independently. So here the events are independent events. Independent events by A and B. That means A and B are two persons. They solve the problem separately, independently. Are half and 1 by 3 respectively. If both try to solve the problem, then the probability that exactly one of them solves the problem is, these words are important over here, exactly one of them. I will tell you the meaning of it. That is, A solves the problem but B doesn't solve, or B solves the problem but A does not solve the problem. I write it using probability symbol mathematical. Probability of A solves but means and means we write intersection symbol. B does not solve, we write B complement, or means plus in between, plus probability that B solves the problem, B, but means intersection, it is A does not solve, A complement. And since A and B are independent events, even A and B complement are independent events. That is why P of A intersection B complement can be written as P of A into P of B complement. P of A into P of B complement plus even B and A complement are independent events. Therefore, P of B intersection A complement can be written as P of B into P of A complement. Now, P of A they have given half, P of B given 1 by 3. Let me find P of B complement quickly on the rough work side. P of B complement formula 1 minus P of B, that is 1 minus P of B 1 by 3, and 1 minus 1 by 3 is 2 by 3. Therefore, I will substitute back here. P of A is 1 by 2, P of B complement is 2 by 3, plus P of B is 1 by 3 into P of A complement is 1 minus P of A, which is 1 minus P of A half. Therefore, 1 minus half is half. Therefore, this is half. And now if you simplify, this becomes 2 by 6. This becomes 1 by 6. Therefore, the total is 3 by 6. Hence, the option is D, half. Here is the 15th MCQ, one of the easiest questions. If probability of occurrence of event E 0.6, probability of occurrence of event F 0.3, and probability of occurrence of E and F is equal to 0.2, then what is probability of occurrence of the event F given E is, and options are, first option 0, second 2 by 3, third 1 by 3, fourth 3 by 2. Here in the beginning itself we can understand that option D cannot be correct because option D probability is more than 1. So D cannot be correct. So one of the easiest questions, I directly begin with P of F given E formula. P of F given E is equal to P of F intersection E divided by P of E. P of F intersection E is same as P of intersection F, which is 0.2 divided by P of E is 0.6. Hence the answer is 2 by 6, which is 1 by 3. Therefore option C is correct. Thus we reached to the fill in the blanks part in this model question paper 3. Given fill in the blanks by choosing the appropriate answer from those given in the bracket. And there are 6 answers they have given. And I have written one question, 16th one. If y is equal to 3 cos x minus 5 sin x, then d square y by dx square plus y is equal to dash. I would like to differentiate and would like to solve. The first step, find dy by dx. We apply addition rule because in between we have minus. So differentiation of 3 cos x is 3 into minus sin x with respect to x minus 5 into differentiation of sin x with respect to x is cos x. Therefore we get dy by dx minus 3 sin x minus 5 cos x. Now we differentiate dy by dx, we get d square y by dx square, which is equal to differentiation of minus 3 sin x is minus 3 cos x minus 5 into differentiation of cos x is minus sin x. Thus I get it as minus 3 cos x and plus 5 sin x. But minus 3 cos x and from plus 5 sin x, if I take minus 1 common, it will be 3 cos x minus 5 sin x we get, which is nothing but 3 cos x minus 5 sin x is nothing but y. Therefore d square y by dx square is equal to minus y. Hence transpose this, d square y by dx square plus y is equal to 0. Therefore first fill in the blank, answer is here 0. The number of points of local maxima and local minima of the function f given by f of x is equal to x cube minus 3x plus 3 is. This is a question from application of derivatives chapter from the topic maxima and minima. So first let us differentiate the cubic polynomial f dash x, differentiation of x cube with respect to x 3x square, differentiation of 3x with respect to x 3, differentiation of 3 last 0. Now I take f dash x and I equate it to 0 and I factorize, thus I get 3x square minus 3 is equal to 0. So 3 common, in bracket x square minus 1 is equal to 0, but 3 cannot be 0, hence x square minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore x is equal to plus or minus 1. Therefore either x is plus 1 or x is minus 1. Therefore there are 2 critical points, but just because we have 2 critical points, can we say that there is 1 point of local maxima and 1 point of local minima, thus 2 points of local extrema. Can we say? No, we cannot say. Reason is the critical points we got 2 in number, correct, but one of them may become a point of inflection. Therefore, I cannot stop my answer here by saying that 2 is the correct answer. Instead, I should find second order derivative f double dash x, and I have to put the critical point in that. In case I get second order derivative negative, then it becomes a point of local maxima. In case I get second order derivative positive, it becomes a point of local minima. So answer is not completed. I'll proceed with the second order derivative. Therefore, f double dash x means second order derivative. Differentiation of 3x square is 6x minus differentiation of 3 is 0. I would like to proceed on this side. Now at first critical point, say x equal to 1, our f double dash of 1, that is where x is there, put 1. So 6 into 1, we get 6, which is greater than 0, positive. Hence we say that x equal to 1 is a point of local minima. This is correct. It's a point of local minima, but still not over, because there is one more critical point, which is x equal to minus 1. At this x equal to minus 1, f double dash, where x is there, put minus 1. F double dash of minus 1 is 6 into minus 1, which is minus 6, which is negative. Hence, we can say that x equal to minus 1 is a point of local maxima. Thus, if you count both the points, there are 2 points, one point of local minima, another point of local maxima. Hence, this answer is 2. Next, fill in the blank. The number of arbitrary constants, important words, arbitrary constants. In the general solution, these words are important. General solution, kindly underline, of a differential equation of third order words are important, is always 3. That is, number of arbitrary constants in the general solution of a differential equation of third order is 3. It is not the question that the number of arbitrary constants in the particular solution. If it were particular solution of a differential equation of third order, then the answer would have become 0. Now it is answer 3. Next, fill in the blank is the projection of the vector A is equal to I cap minus 2 into j cap plus 2 into k cap on y axis is one of the easiest concepts. This A vector I would like to write as I minus 2j plus 2k can be written as coefficient of I cap 1, coefficient of j cap minus 2, coefficient of k cap plus 2. Then we need B vector. B vector we take as a unit vector along y-axis. So B vector is a unit vector along y-axis, that is B vector is equal to just j cap. The unit vector along y-axis is j cap. It can be written as 0, 1, 0, because j cap is 0 into I cap plus 1 into j cap plus 0 into k cap. Now, therefore, projection of A vector on B vector is equal to dot product of A vector with B vector divided by magnitude of B vector. This is equal to dot product of 1 comma minus 2 comma 2 dot product with 0 comma 1 comma 0 divided by magnitude of this B vector is square root of 0 plus 1 square plus 0. Now how to find dot product? Multiply the x coordinates, that is 1 into 0, 0, in between plus, multiply these minus 2 and 1, so it is minus 2 plus last multiply 2 to 0, it is 0, divide by 1, hence answer is minus 2. Therefore this fill in the blank here, answer minus 2. Here is the last fill in the blank from model question paper 3. If A and B are two events such that A is a subset of B. These words are very important. A is a subset of B means A intersection B is A, and P of A is not equal to 0. Then what is P of B given A is equal to? The formula is P of B given A can be written as P of A intersection B divided by P of A. P of A intersection B is P of A itself divided by P of A. Why? That explanation I will give here. See, A is a subset of B. A is a subset of B. That is, A is inside that of B. Therefore, A intersection B is A itself. Therefore, P of A intersection B is P of A itself. Denominator same. P of A get cancelled. Answer is 1. Therefore, this is 1.